let's just talk some numbers then. What sort of like things should people be like doing like nutritionally? Like how much protein should be people be like
Mm.
eating? Like what sort of equation could they do to find out their deficit calories? When they get into a diet, what kind of things could people do to increase their metabolism?
I mean, I got my ideas, but like I don't know what
Mm.
yours are. I mean, I always aim for the lower end, 0.7
Yeah.
per pound.
Yeah, I'm the same. I tend to go off like kilos because I'm a bit of a nerd like that. So I usually go between 1.8 per
Mm.
kilo to 2.2. It really depends on who it is.
Mm.
And that kind of floats around the same number if you convert it to pounds, like
Yeah.
about zero point 0.7 to 1 pound. It's kind of,
I think the higher amount is too much.
yeah.
Unless you're an athlete, I feel like most people going like 0.7
Mm.
or 1.1 or whatever is more than enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think you could do it. Like, it's just coming back to what Arnold said. If you have
Mm.
1 pound, 1 gram of protein per pound, I think that's good. I mean, some studies say you can go a little bit higher to 1.4, but I think that really just comes down to personal preference. I see
Mm.
some people that be like, "Can I just go higher because I just love eating meat?" I was like, "Well, yeah,
Well,
there's
that's the
no harm in
benefit
that."
of protein, right? Is that there's no harm in going higher
Yeah,
necessarily. You're not going to hit the upper thresholds of
yeah,
protein intake very easily unless
mm,
you're carnivore, I think. Um, but protein has a muscle sparing effect. So when you're losing
mm,
weight, it's going to spare muscle mass. It's going to help you then also improve muscle mass as well through building new muscle. So it is important we get it in. It is going to help with nitrogen balance as well, which is going to open up your blood vessels, which is going to
mm,
help with your, well, potentially your heart and the way your body actually operates.
mm.
It's very important that we get enough protein in.
Yeah. It also keeps you fuller for longer as well. So it's
Yes.
super, super important because it takes longer to digest in your stomach. Um, what sort of a calorie equation could people use? Like I've got a really simple one.
Yeah, yeah,
So like I go off like calories per pound of body weight.
yeah.
So what you could do is you take your body weight in pounds. If you don't know what it is, just take your body weight in kilos, times it by 2.2. You'll get your body weight in pounds. And then for a deficit, times it between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
Like anywhere between there. 10's really aggressive, 12 is less aggressive. And then if you're sticking between there, then you should be fine. Again, that's like a really rough kind of thing. Like,
Maintenance is 15, right?
yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
So I remember I've seen this.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
really rough guide. I don't think it's like gonna be as accurate as like some of the other ones that take into account of like your height, your activity and all that, but it gives a rough ballpark. And these things are estimates anyway.
They're all estimates.
That's right.
Yeah. Like I've never managed to get it right with a calculation bang on once, except for maybe, oh, well, actually maybe once or twice. But most people, I give them a calorie target and I have to adjust.
Yeah.
It is an
I've
adjustment process.
I've actually compared a lot of them together and see what they come out, and they've all come in around between 50 to 100 calories, you know. So it's
Mm.
just experimenting with it, really.
But yeah, we've talked about that. Training.
Mm.
You've got to strength train because you're not going to preserve muscle if you're not strength training, you're not resistance training. Just sitting at home in a deficit, your muscles do not have a reason to change, to grow. Your body's going to see that as metabolically not needed. It will start taking away proteins from your muscles. This is obviously if you're in a low protein state. I've got to
Yeah.
make it clear that if you're getting enough protein and you're not doing anything, it's going to be better than obviously having no protein. That being said, it's not going to be quite the same. And you're not going to get the body tone you want if you do not go and strength train. You're not going to look the way you want when you lose the weight. You're going to look worse. Okay.
That's it. Just going back to that calorie equation, something I forgot to mention, which is really important.
Yeah.
Which ties into what you just said. It does assume that you train 3 times a week. You know, so like if you do that calorie equation, you have to be training 3 times a week for that to kind of work. If you're not training, then it's probably going to be too high.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
refeeds. Do you use refeeds?
Do I use refeeds? Depends. If I don't always use, I use refeeds if I'm dieting for a long time. But I don't use refeeds if it's like a short, sharp one.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what a refeed is like a dieting strategy that we use for like things like photo shoots and like longer term dieting. And as you rightly said, that like it shouldn't be used on something like a mini cut because it's not long enough. If you're doing like a long diet, you've got a lot of weight to lose. Sometimes doing a refeed can kind of help bring metabolic hormones back up, like thyroid and
Yeah.
leptin, Like, so when we talk about like, okay, well, how can I bring my metabolism up when I'm deep into a diet? A refeed could work really well, especially if you're like, your energy goes down, your strength goes down, your mood is low. That's a good time to have one. And then you can go to calories that are like way above maintenance. Like I went to 2,800
Yeah,
across, well, not even across 2 days. It was like on both days. And it was like 500 grams of carbs for each day,
it's
you
great,
know?
isn't it?
And like, I weighed less by about a kilo the week after. So they do work. They just bring those metabolic hormones back up.
And psychologically they go reset
Oh
as well,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
great.
100%.
And if you time your like social occasions around those refeeds, you can also pretty much have a normal social life
Yeah,
without affecting it too much.
that's it. You'll have like an amazing session afterwards as
I've
well.
done refeed. I call it calorie cycling, but it's the same thing. And I swear by it when you're trying to diet for a long time.
Yes.
If I'm doing like a 6 to 8 week cut, something that's a bit short and sharp, I don't really need one.
I agree.
Everyone's different, some people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think the main distinction though is as long as you're not worried about the weight and you're worried about the body fat, then doing this won't fuck you up.